Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Who Gave These Fools a Microphone? In today's episode, we talk for a bit about the world of modern dating, as well as what we were like as our past single selves. Ben and I also talk briefly about the latest episode of Star Wars Andor. Other topics were also discussed, but come on, stop trying to get me to spoil it for you. I'm not going to do it. And on the next episode, I talk about film photography for the entire hour. That's right, Taylor, I'm the captain now.
Because I forgot that I put the mic up. All right, test. All right, here we are. Sounds better?
Hello. Yeah,
That sounds good.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
so TLDR, people come into the store, they want to learn a game, they have questions about Warhammer. I basically unofficially work there. They send it to the Discord. It's like, God, I think we're up to 90 people now.
Oh, goddamn.
That's pretty big.
Let's see, I have too many Discords. Online, 27. Offline, 65. So yeah, like 90. I can do math. Hold on. 92? Yeah. So,
Damn.
yeah. And I mean, it's Asheville. Like, we have people from like an hour south and north that come into Asheville to play because that's like the only game store.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I don't know. If I was talking to the dude. Are we recording? Oh,
Yeah.
It's recording. Yeah.
I was talking to the one dude that I know that runs the store, and I was like, if I could make a living comfortably and work at a game store like this, I would do it all day. But
I feel you there.
you don't make a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
money selling toys, so thus I will bartend.
Time to get a 3D printer so you can make the toys.
Oh, did you not see that? That's what that is back there.
You have a 3D printer? I was joking.
Yeah, no, I have a 3D printer.
What the hell?
That
When
entire
did
that entire desk is probably like, shoot, $2,000 right now. $2,000 worth of stuff. I spent a lot of money on this hobby, getting into it.
Wow.
So is that what you would do if you could just open up a shop and do whatever you want and made money, knowing the money's going to be coming in?
No, if I could do anything, I would just like Twitch stream for
Oh, yeah.
8 hours a day. I mean, I'm already doing this shit anyways. I'm playing games and talking crap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stay home and then just I literally just swivel my chair and just go back to painting. Prime.
I hear you there.
Shoot, I'll sell some feet pics. I don't even care. I have no self-esteem. Whatever gets the money flowing.
Drop the link in the bio. If I could open up something, just anything. It's pretty atypical out here, but I would love to own a little coffee shop, but do it my way. I love the coffee shop vibes and everything. You're not into it?
I'm 50-50 on it now.
I don't know what I try to do something special with it, like some obviously baked goods, but that's nothing special either. But I try to find a niche in it. That's something I want to do. There's also a lot of out here in the PNW, a lot of drive-up coffee stands, like they're little shacks, like on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tiggle bitty places.
There's always a line out the door.
That's why the women ain't wearing clothes.
There's those too. Those are the rough part of town, but they got normal ones everywhere too.
Rough part of town.
They're the rough part of town.
Yeah.
Always like the industrial areas, the areas you don't go to unless you have to for work.
Aaron always wanted to have like a coffee shop / whatever, like storefront, whatever that looked like. And for a while we were kind of playing around with the idea, and then I kind of was just like, if we did this, it would have to be your thing, and I'll help out here and there, but I don't have the patience to be talking to like stupid people all day. I can't do it.
You learn.
You do learn. You have to in this day and age.
Today, someone walked into her work and she was eating lunch, and some lady came up and started going through her fries in front of her on the counter talking to her.
Wait, where'd she work? Going to. She had fries. Gotcha.
She had fries, and a customer came in talking to her and was rifling through her fries in front of her. Who does that?
Who the fuck does that?
Who does that?
That is absolutely. That's not even
Yeah.
like a just being at work type of thing. Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so
Jesus.
weird. Yeah, and she's like just carrying on conversation with her like it's no big deal. Like, yeah, I'm doing this, whatever. Meanwhile, she's just staring her down, watching her greasy ass fingers dig through her fries.
She didn't
And
know this person at all.
no, it just came
customers,
in.
customers always right.
No, they're not.
one,
No, no.
one of my favorite pastimes is YouTubing Karen's getting old compilations. Sorry,
Yeah.
at like stores and stuff. They're just the best. People they just get owned right then. I love it.
I feel like unless you have something unique to offer, the coffee idea is just kind of it's done
Yeah, you
because
got to be unique. You got to have
Oh
a
yeah,
little twist
100%.
on it.
like the one in
Yep.
town that I've mentioned here before, but Pollen, like they've got it. Like such a smart idea.
Hmm.
'Cause they just got married, so like the wife runs the flower shop, so she does flower, and I think they did like an event for. We were talking, and she mentioned something about doing like a big event for. It might have been Biltmore. It might have been something else, but they do weddings all the time, so like it's genius. You have like a dual almost cash flow. 'Cause I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Coffee, unless you are in like the right spot of town that doesn't already have 7 of them, it's tough to get your clientele through the door.
Yeah, right. That shit's everywhere out here.
Emily and I want to
One
do.
of the nicknames for Portland, Strip City. So just tells you how much coffee there is.
Emily and I want to do a wine bar at some point,
Oh,
but that's probably way down
hell
the
yeah.
line.
Well, guys, did y'all see the sad news? A person from our past has passed away, Mr. Aaron Carter. I know Aaron. Your
I
wife
was
was
like,
obsessed with the man.
who died?
I guess Shaq won in the end after all.
That's a deep one, right there. That's a deep cut.
I just pissed off some people. I said
Yeah.
that to Erin. She was like, "How dare you?"
I mean, within the last 8 years, I remember her obsessing over that guy from her childhood.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, he.
It affects me none at all. Not at all.
Come on, we had to bring it up. We have
No,
to.
I'm
R.I.P.
glad
to
you
him out
did.
there.
I'm glad you did. I just have absolutely nothing to add to
It
this.
is kind of sad, like the state he was in. Watching
Yeah.
interviews with him.
He went down that atypical childhood star, going down a rough path type life.
Yes.
I know
Yes,
you
he
saw
did.
the interview because I brought it up to you before. That what's that podcast he was on?
No jumper.
Yeah, No Jumper, and he was just. I was like, is this Aaron freaking Carter? This is crazy, and he was
He's
rough
acting
as
like he's
all
gonna
hell.
jump across the table and like punch the host or something. The host is just taking it on the chin, like, "All right, dude."
He,
Just
he was bragging for having like $200 on him or some shit, if I remember. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Oh, I'll never forget him on Lizzie McGuire though. He's a good man. Oh, so how's y'all week?
Ben, you go first because I have a lot to say here.
That doesn't sound promising.
How was my week? Well, when's the last time
Oh,
recorded?
hold on, let me
7 days ago.
Let me guess. Did you go to work?
I did.
You did
Go to work. Go to work. Go to work. Go to work.
Did you have fun?
At work or in general?
Yes. No, I had fun at work.
No, I did.
All right, so he was miserable at work. Okay,
No,
same.
not miserable. I just didn't have fun. It's been dead all week. It's like post fall season. Like it's like right after the leaves die, everyone just boop gone. So it's been
Deuces.
dead.
Oh, true.
Friday was fun though. It was the first time I felt alive in a long time. Only like
Hell yeah.
like working with 4 people on the floor and did like a $5,000 dinner. It was just like, yes, I love working hard.
Damn.
But
They tipped, right?
huh?
They tipped, right?
I mean, it's kind of implied at this point.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean,
I've heard
the
some
only
horror
time
stories.
you see a lot of like, well, the only time that I've ever noticed bad tipping is at sit down restaurants because you're face to face and you pull that check away and you have to
Yeah.
input it in.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Some servers are like that section is their income for the night, but we're tip share, and
Yeah.
so when I'm doing 300 tickets a day, I don't care about the 1 or 2 assholes that are like, "Ugh, here's $1 for like a $50
You
meal."
flip the screen
Yeah,
around.
it's like I don't care because the next dude and the 4 other people at the bar that I'm hanging out with are really cool and they'll be fine. Like it averages out. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think most restaurants now are doing 20% base instead of 15. So,
Yeah, over a certain amount.
no, not even. Like most
Oh, really?
most places, at least in Asheville, if you walk in and they have like the toast screens because everyone's going that way, they set the base tip amount to 18%, and then the middle auto selected one is like 20.
Oh,
So
the club I went to for Halloween last week or 2 weekends ago, they had an automatic tip and they didn't tell you. I was like, of course y'all did
nah,
it.
see that's
I went to
dirty.
tip and
That's dirty.
it's and the drinks were like $10, $15 a pop. It was just
Nope.
they were screwing people over left and right.
Yeah, the events
Jeez.
that I work with, like we do that. We have auto gratuity in there for the event, but it's like a clear,
Yeah.
hey, like when we give the final bill and everything, like, hey, 20%'s already included. Anything else is appreciated. Like I am
Yeah.
not hurting to squeeze another $2 out of your like. And most of the time,
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
upfront and on it, you're telling them like, hey, they kind of it works out. They're like, oh yeah, hey, you were great. I was like, thanks. So, but anyways,
Man, when
you asked me how my week
oh
was.
sorry.
Stop sidelighting.
You've been going on for 10 minutes.
You asked me how my week was.
Ugh.
Yeah. You started asking questions about tip percentages, customers, and hey man, I've been on this bunny trail all day.
Look, I'm sick. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
No, I mean that was pretty much it. It's
Sick.
just that, and I played 8 hours of Magic on Sunday, and that was a lot.
Would you say it was magical?
It was not. It was. You ever play a game or do an activity with somebody?
Yes, I have.
That's like all they know. It's
Yeah.
like it's not fun for anyone when they come in and play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was that
for a
person.
minute. Now
Yeah.
I don't have problems with people because I go, hey, you probably don't even know this is an issue. I don't mesh with this, but I'm gonna have fun anyways and let it go. But like after
Yeah.
5 hours of playing, I was just like, I need nicotine and a quiet room. Like, I just need to.
So is it like someone coming in with their deck and pushing their glasses up and be like, "I'm gonna destroy you."
It's not
like,
so much
because that's all they do.
It's not so
Or
much that because I mean honestly most of that nerdy kind of character doesn't really exist. But it's just subtle
wow, way to burst my bubble.
subtle communication things where when I'm learning. So I got into Magic 2 months ago. I dove in head first, but I'm still learning the process. And if there's a thing called tapping for mana, so you use the resource and then you spend this. You do the spell. When I did the spell, for instance, I do a spell and I was like, oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Like I can't do this. And then it was like no, actually, you've already tapped that, and you have to play that card. And well, that Nick, I'm like, what? Oh my god, I will just lose. We're good.
Wow.
Like I don't even. This isn't worth. I'm a god dang 30 years old. I ain't got time for this anymore. I'm just here to have some fun. And then yeah, painted up that whole army. That Anyways, I don't
Nice.
live a crazy life.
More crazier than I haven't left the house in like 2
I'd
weeks.
say you're unemployed, sir. You have nothing to live for.
Wow.
Sorry.
Love you, babe.
So in my head, as I was saying that, mentally I said you have nothing to leave for, but just naturally course corrected and said, yeah, nothing to live for.
You might get an angry
have-
message from Jade next week.
I meant nothing to leave for, like leave the house. But anyways.
Damn.
Earlier you said you ever played with someone that's kind of controlling. I said that to me, but then I take a step back. I have an issue. I get too competitive.
That's fine.
Ask Andrew. I'm
Yeah,
I get
playing a game with Taylor and Aaron, both of them together, because Aaron gets ultra competitive
Oh
too,
my
and
God.
gets scary.
I
And
think
oh my god,
Oh, I
dude.
remember.
I started a fight between you two because she got so competitive with you one
Yeah.
time.
Well, like,
I'm like, if you don't calm your shit down right now, I swear to
what
God.
was that game that we played it when I came over? It was that unicorn, exploding unicorns or something random like that.
Oh, oh shit.
And
Yeah,
all
the
I saw
unicorn.
was Aaron just plotting
Stone
and
slanging.
scheming the entire time.
Yeah,
She is someone that is very competitive.
she is very competitive.
So
Oh,
I cannot imagine both of you in a ring.
oh, it gets. We've played a lot of card games in our past.
Yes.
Oh Jesus! No, I've gotten better. Yeah, I get it out of my sports gambling, which I might be winning some money tonight, so I'm waiting on that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
how was your past week, Taylor, of being home?
let's see. I woke up around 9ish, walked the dog, updated the LinkedIn profile, laid around, watched some parking wars, on YouTube, like a 30-year-old guy.
Parking wars?
I don't know. It's random YouTube shit popping up.
It's literally the
Okay.
golden months of content coming out of like shows and movies, and you're watching goddamn Parking
Yeah.
Wars.
I can't watch without Jade. She's at work.
You just
We
lie.
watch everything
just
together.
lie.
No, because I get bored rewatching stuff if I didn't like it.
Take a nap. Who cares?
Oh no! If I
Oh,
could
man.
watch Andor, I would, but I gotta wait for her.
Oh
Shit.
my! Sorry. No, we're not getting into that right now. We're talking about how are we?
Yeah, all I'm gonna say
No,
is
you
I
don't say
watched
anything.
this
You don't-
today's episode and it was
You
amazing.
don't say anything.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, my week was
Oh
great.
yeah, Andrew, how was your week?
I've had a great week. It's been a good week. Nice, good experience with work and everything. But the most eventful night of the last several months of my life probably was this past Friday night for that art show.
Okay, how'd that go?
Good
Did you
night.
make some
Good
money?
night. Yeah, good night. I made almost $200 for 3 hours.
Nice. That's
So
actually
that's pretty
It's a
good.
good
pretty
average.
damn good, actually, compared to your day ones.
Yeah, on literally just art, just stuff I'm drawing and painting and designing. So
These are my things.
yeah, behold my stuff.
My stuff.
Um, but other than that, though, that wasn't the crazier part of things that happened. So just a couple things to touch on real quick. A lady came in. She owns a store that's moving into a different area of the town where I live, and
Yeah.
she's putting in a store. And she's like, "Oh man, I love all this stuff." She's pointing to like the stuff I've made and everything. She ended up buying a print from me, and she's like, we're opening up a store. We're looking for local artists. This is going to be perfect. Gave me a business card. She's like, we'll
Hell
be in
yeah.
touch. We definitely want to put your stuff in there. So that's one thing that happened. Another thing that happened besides the sales and that is apparently, according to Aaron, I seem to be putting off serious DILF vibes lately because because I got hit on by two moms.
Oh my god.
One of them this is where my life has come to apparently. I don't know. I'm just painting stuff and I don't know. I'm putting out some kind of energy or whatever.
It's the long hair and the art. That's what it is. They're like,
Yeah,
ew.
yeah, I guess so. That's got to be what it is. One of them was slightly subtle, but not so, and the other one was so on the nose. I can't even believe it happened to this.
I want to play by play.
There's
Yep, let's hear it. What happened? Where were you?
So the one that was more subtle, she was just like admiring the art and everything, whatever. She was actually with somebody and waited until the guy left, and then was like, "This is all very good. You're very talented." Bought something and then walked away. And she's like, "By the way, you're very handsome as well." Okay. And
Thank you.
And I don't know what it is about being called handsome at 30 years old that makes me feel like a little boy with a tie on, getting ready for school pictures.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. But and then the other one was this lady who I think she was like, I don't know, she had two kids with her. And one of them was real small, maybe 5, and was dressed up like Spider-Man and didn't want to wear his mask and kept trying to give it to his mom, and she wouldn't take it, so he gave it to me, and I'm awkwardly standing there while they're browsing the table holding his Spider-Man mask. I'm like, okay.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And then until his slightly older brother saw it and was like, "Oh, I'll take that." And I was like, "Okay, here you go." But the lady was just like gushing over the drawings and stuff, and over the art, especially because I've been using the paint pens on canvases.
Oh,
And she was
she
like,
was gushing, all right.
she was,
No,
oh
that's too
God,
much.
oh God,
That's too much.
I don't like that.
That's too far.
But she,
Oh, I hate myself. Okay.
but she was like, are these block prints? And I was like, no, everything on canvas is hand painted. And she's like, oh man, these are incredible. She's like, these are so well, of course they are. Look at you. And like did the whole hand like this, like up and down. I'm like, okay. I was kind of like, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, what? Like, and and then like a minute later, they kind of left the table and they came back, and because she was just trying to
20 minutes later, you pull panties out of your pocket, like, what the hell, man?
where did this come from? I had a painting of a slice of pizza with an eyeball in it, and the kid like loved it because he was like, Doctor Strange pizza. He thought it was like Doctor Strange with the eyeball in his head. So they ended up buying that and a print and a sticker. And she's like, your prices are too low, man. Like, you need to raise these prices. I was like, well, some of this
These are
stuff,
record numbers.
yeah. So I was like, some of this stuff I price according to how long it takes me to make a piece. And the specifically these little tiny mini canvases she was looking at, I did 6 of them in an hour. So
Yeah.
they're really low priced. And I was like, so that, I mean, they're just kind of like little throwaway things. It's just, it's more of a gimmick than a moneymaker. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, dang, you work quick then. I was like, yeah, sometimes. And she's like, hopefully not too quick. Right?
Oh my God.
And
no,
winks.
she did not.
And I was like, shit. I was like, and before I could react, luckily I didn't have to react to that, because then her kid like said something and distracted her. And I didn't have to try and react to that like a normal human, because my brain just like misfired. I was like, what did you say? But anyways, they ended up buying stuff. She's like, so how much is the total? I was like, oh, you're up $24. And she's like, just make it 30. Actually, make it 35. I was like, okay. I was like, you
Here's
sure?
my
And
number.
she's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, you got to bump the prices up. So I'm paying what I want to pay. And I was like, okay, well, thank you. And yeah, and then on her way out, she like winked at me. I'm like, oh my God.
She was paying for something else. Ooh.
The worst part about this is I was sanding boards a couple days prior to get ready, because I paint on like wooden stuff sometimes, and my hand was real dusty, and I go to take my sweater off, and the sleeve knocks my ring off, and my wedding ring went in between the floorboards of the porch and is under the crawl space of the house. So I'm at this event without a ring on.
Where's Erin?
She was watching Landon at home. Go figure. She's at home with the kid, and I'm getting hit on in a random leather shop in town.
Hey, dude, if it makes
you
more money.
It seems to work.
Like, Emily and I have an agreement. Like, once I started getting my sleeve done, it has happened a lot more frequent. But
Has it? Okay.
I don't notice it. I mean, when someone tries to flirt with me, I'm like, haha, yeah, okay. You want a drink?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with this? But I like Emily and I have an agreement where it's just like, oh no, like that your service, like milk it, make the money, and like, I'm not doing anything. I'm going home. Like, I'm too tired. Like, who's got the time? No, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Ever since I got the sleeve, like it happened earlier this week that a coworker came up, was like, "Bro, that girl was gawking at you," and I was like, "What?" She just sat there at the bar, like asking for a drink. I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure. I can make you a beer," and I poured it and handed it off. I was like, "Okay."
A Negroni.
And she made this like comment about like, "Oh, is that some fresh ink?" And I was like, "Yeah, got it Tuesday. It's pretty fresh." Like, yeah, it's colorful. And that was it. I was like, what else do you want? You asked a question, I gave you an answer. No. Like,
you got the male equivalent of when guys are like, "I like your tats," to girls.
I like your ink.
Nice tats.
Oh man.
But then the crazier story that blew my mind was there's another vendor there. He owns a local clothing company that's kind of geared around like the Blue Ridge Parkway and stuff like that. It's called Blue Ridge Threads Co.
Was it his wife?
Okay.
Really cool stuff. No. um, no, thank God. I would be
Oh,
no,
wait,
I would
what
have been
a-
mortified. I would have been mortified if it was this guy's wife, honestly.
Does she have an upside down pineapple on her
That's
anywhere?
yeah.
Call back.
No, but he walked up to me while I was still setting up, and he saw a piece that I had that was this big tree with roots underneath it, and he's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna come back and buy that in a little bit." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so when I was done setting up, I went out to see his setup, and I was like, "Man, this is sick stuff," because it's all clothes and beanies and whatever. So I asked him if he designed it. He's like, "Yeah." Um, I do all the graphic design, and then I have a buddy of mine that prints all of it for me. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I used to be a touring musician back in the day, and the guy that I have that does my clothes, he used to print all of our band merch. And I was like, oh, that's sick. And I ended up buying a beanie off of him. But somehow it got onto the subject of Florida, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Florida." He's like,
Always
"Oh, me
does.
too." Yeah, he's like, "Well, technically, I lived in South Carolina, or I was from South Carolina, but I spent most of my life in Tampa." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'm from Port St. Lucie." Blah blah blah, and and then another vendor is walking by. You guys are from Florida? Me too.
Of course.
But I was like, oh, okay, cool, and I was like, so what did you play? And he's like, oh, I play drums. And I could tell he kind of knew where the conversation was going. He's like, have you ever heard of a band called Sullivan? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, have you ever heard of To Speak of Wolves? I'm like, yeah. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
Speak of Wolves.
he's like, I play drums for both of those bands, or I did play drums for Sullivan. I play drums for To Speak of Wolves. I'm like, what now? And and I kind of like keeping it cool. I wasn't like fangirling or anything. I was just kind of like, you're here in this town in the mountains, like where I'm at, randomly at this. But it gets crazier because I ended up buying the beanie off of him. He follows me right back to my table, buys a print, buys the thing with the tree that I mentioned. Um, we start, and I'm like, yeah, I do graphic design too. I design these stickers and all this stuff. He's like, oh, these are great. I would love to have you design a shirt for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely down. I gave him my card. And then he's like, so are you a musician? I told him about Blow the Broken. We didn't really make it that far, but that's the kind of stuff we played. He's like, oh, sick. That's cool. He's like, yeah, if you ever want to jam, let me know. I'm like, and
Uh-oh.
in my head, I'm like, I have no gear.
Baby, we got a drummer for the
Uh-oh.
band.
But-
Let's go. Let's
Uh-oh.
go.
We got a drummer.
Uh-oh.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This fella's named Phil.
Of course.
Um,
Of course he is.
and it got onto the subject. It started to click for me that he lived in Tampa and played music, and I'm thinking, who's notorious from Tampa, and
Fucking
why
Johnny Crowder.
why does he look so freaking familiar to me? His brother Spencer Chamberlain from Under Oath,
Oh, shit.
the vocalist of Under Oath. I
Damn.
met Phil Chamberlain. I met Phil Chamberlain at a random pop-up art show in the mountains of North Carolina,
Well,
and
shit.
was buddy with him for a while, and we bought stuff from each other.
Spence,
I was like, how does this happen?
Spencer lives in Nashville.
I heard that rumor, but I wasn't sure if that was like real or not. But after talking to him, it sounds very real, because he's like, yeah, my folks are up here. It just made sense when we wanted to escape Florida that we came here. And I won't say where exactly he lives, but
No.
we share, we share a very, very close vicinity with where we live. So yeah, that kind of blew my mind. And then and the fact that he was like, oh yeah, if you want to jam, let me know. And like, we exchanged like information stuff. I'm like, what the?
What is he?
Okay.
Oh, wait.
What
Is
a
that the
life.
drummer
He's
still?
a drummer.
So
Yeah,
the
he's a
drummer's the brother to what's his name? Spencer?
To Spencer, yeah. Yeah,
No shit.
they're the Chamberlain boys. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And it's funny because I always grew up knowing and hearing that he had a brother, but I never knew who it was. And I remember there was like kind of a smaller scene band that for a while, like the vocalist was getting in hot water because he was running around claiming he was Spencer's brother and he wasn't.
That I remember.
And then there was rumors for a while that the vocalist of Confide was his brother, but that was started by weird people who was just like, look, they wear V-necks and have long black hair.
They're
I guess that's all
from
you
That really
see.
stands
Australia.
out.
To-
What?
yeah. Yeah.
That's his mate.
So yeah, so I always heard that he had a brother, but I never knew who it was. And I knew of To Speak of Wolves, and I knew obviously of Andor, so I never knew those two were connected. Yeah, so that it was a pretty eventful night, to say the least. And something clicked in me that night. I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is the kind of crap I want to do
Oh yeah,
with my life. So
there you go.
yeah.
give you a little clap here. Good job, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Proud of you for.
And it just so happens that the itch has been happening for several months now to get a guitar, and I'm this close to getting one. So
Andrew, if you start a band with this guy and like you totally ignore us after the fact and like don't invite me on tour and shit, I will disown you.
Yeah, see, because I'm the closest living bass player in the area, so it's obviously good. Yeah, you're.
This was the last time you plucked a string.
I'm looking at it right now. It's 5 feet away. Now,
It's dusty as
do
all
have
hell.
I was gonna say I wasn't sure if your mom still had it or not.
Oh god, he's gonna slap the bass.
Oh, he's about to get it. He's about to get the bass.
Slapping the bass.
now the question is when I slap it, does the string break in my face?
Oh, now you gotta slap it.
That'd be hilarious.
Give us some Paul Rudd action.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Is that a Schecter?
It
What do you got there?
is an Ibanez.
Oh, the old
Okay.
eye bangs. That was a Schecter, man.
Ibanez.
It's a hollow body. It's the
Oh, nice bright.
art core. That's actually pretty dope on there. I don't know. It just looked pretty. I mean, it
It does.
just look pretty. Anyways, I'm the closest living bass player.
When we were talking about starting a band before, after Blow the Broken and everything, Taylor was actually in the middle of trying to get better at electric guitar.
That's right. Rhythm
'Cause he
guitar,
already
baby.
was very familiar. Yeah, he was already very familiar with acoustic guitar. He was trying to transition from bass to electric. So
Because bass is boring.
I mean, yeah, but you ain't gonna be lead guitar. You're gonna be playing like
I literally just said rhythm guitar.
and then like bass, dude. Bass? How is that boring? You're like,
I know it's not boring.
Like, no, dude.
For
what do
live
the drums
shit,
do,
it's not
Ben?
boring.
What do the drums do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Kinda.
Ting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dude, that's awesome though. I mean, you've had a
Yeah.
hell of a week. You know what's funny? You telling that story the whole time about the old lady hitting on you. I've talked to Jade before. Like we've discussed our friendship and everything. I met you,
yeah.
you Andrew specifically back in like 2010, I believe, and you were already with Erin, your wife that is now. So
Yeah.
I've literally have never known single Andrew. And I've always
That's
been
true.
curious
Holy
to know
cow.
what single
That's
Andrew
true.
would be about. What kind of game has single Andrew got? And
Single Andrew back in the day. First of all, single Andrew was a teenager, and teenagers are idiots. But
I was about to say, you haven't been have you been single as an adult ever?
No, he was.
no,
with-
not as an adult.
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
was with Aaron at 18 years old.
That's wild.
So-
I mean, you're not one to like run around and shit like that, but still,
No, my game when I can't believe
my
I'm
game.
it wasn't really game. I wouldn't really put game out there on people. My game was just to live my life and let them come to me. That was it.
If they want it, they'll get it.
Yeah, and if I liked him, then I was like, all right, let's explore this. But yeah, I was never like, hey you. Like I never tried to put the moves on people like to initiate anything.
Yeah,
Once I was in it was fine, but like I wasn't. I was just like, I'm just gonna do my thing.
I was honestly the same way until about 2004. You remember when I lost all that weight? By any
Yes.
chance?
Yeah.
And I got
Yeah.
down to like 250. Like I was feeling good, working out daily, eating right. Man, that is a boost to your fucking ego. I remember like just
Yeah.
asking people out left and right. And I met Jade like 8 months later. So I mean, it worked out.
I remember that time. You were playing the field. You were
I
playing the
was.
field.
I went from like 0 to 100 like instantly. I was just, you
Yeah.
feel good, But
Yeah.
yeah, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have met Jade though. So I'm happy with that. What about you, Ben? What kind of single man were you?
Um,
Yeah.
and
DM him on MySpace. You're cute, rar.
RAR XD.
no, what kind of single person was I? I don't know, dude. Like I didn't put out.
I don't know how we got here, but we're
I
here.
don't know. Well, no, because I was actually gonna bring it up about I don't see. I'll answer your question, then I'll make my point. What kind of single person was I in high school or as an adult?
Let's
I don't know how it
high
happened.
school.
'cause
We
you've
were
had
all
both.
high school. We were fucking.
Yeah, I
idiots.
don't know how that happened,
Yeah.
but as an adult, I don't know. Like when I became fresh on the market, it had been 5 years, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It was like the
I don't know what
digital
to do with my
age. It was like,
hands.
well, it was like Tinder and Bumble and all this stuff, and I was like, I would literally just judge me. I don't care. I would just swipe right until I ran out of swipes, and then
on
I
Tinder.
remember.
yeah, and then
That's-
just let like if somebody matched, because it's like I don't care about like, oh, does this person look the right way? I was like, no, if we match, we have a conversation, it works. Hey, let's go out and have a drink. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
100%.
not
Yeah.
worried about
Yeah.
that whole crap. But in Orlando, it was wild. I had no game. I just liked going out, and I just met a lot of
I
people.
just picture you like,
Dude, I remember sitting with you in Frankenstein bar in downtown
yeah.
Orlando, and you had the phone out on the table and
Walking
and
the dog.
Tinder open, and you're literally walking the dog. He's doing this with the two fingers like he's
oh
running on the screen,
yes,
swiping right on every single person.
So what was
I forgot all
what was
about
lonely?
that.
What was lonely? What was single life for me? Lonely.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no game. Yeah.
I'll try them all. I try them all. Just like
Section.
swipe.
That's how I was at first, but you just meet weird ass people. So, oh my god, we're not talking, Emily, about other women. No.
Hey, man, I have a ring on now. I'm happy as can be.
Yeah.
And that was the
I
was the right answer. Bye.
she's gonna listen to this.
Oh no, she's staring at me as I went to whisper. I was like, oh crap, I've been found out.
Oh yeah, Jade is sending me the memes where it's the eye, like you point your eyes and at the other person, like I'm watching.
Yes. Oh, she could hear you in the other room.
Yeah.
No,
actually, this just opened up.
Oh, I was going to say,
Oh, go
my
ahead.
comment to that in reference to earlier when I wanted to say something is I don't like people that have the balls to try to flirt in public. I don't understand. Like, that is horrifying to me.
Yeah,
I wish.
Like, that's
like,
where I was saying,
wish
like I started getting more
understand
game.
it. Yeah, game? No, not at all. We go play a game of pool. We have a beverage. We have a conversation, like of intellectual degree. Yes.
that's the game.
For me, it was always like, it amazes me when people walk up to complete strangers and just drop these random lines that hook who they're talking to, and immediately they're just like, okay, here's my number.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. For me, it was more like, if I can get a couple sentences out to you at least and you respond to them, then I'm okay to try and be, to put in a little bit of game. Again, this was years ago though. The last time I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. But like,
what even is the game in 2008?
what is the game? Yeah, that's another thing, dude. Is I know the world of dating has changed so astronomically since we were younger.
I am terrified of that. I am
I
terrified
can't
for
even-
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine God fucking forbid that something happens and I'm single. I can't imagine.
Yeah, imagine re-entering that arena. I can't imagine it.
You got to be a stepdad.
It makes me think of Landon. I'm
Yeah.
like thinking about my son. I'm like, you got your work cut out for you, dude. I don't even know what it's gonna look like when you're old enough for this, man. I don't know.
Remember,
It's a zoo out there.
remember when we went to what was known as rave movie theaters in St. Lucie West?
Yeah.
It's where everyone
Yes.
went, and the cashier was. Me and the cashier were getting, we were talking pretty. We were talking. Oh, you remember now, don't you?
I'm so
And-
sorry.
I mean, who cares now? But at the time, I was like, so we were there. We went to our theater. We're watching a Marvel movie of something. I can't remember what. And we go out to go get some candy and stuff. And it's like dead in there. Like it was like a Tuesday night. And me and the cashier lady, we were talking, like we were doing our, whatever. And then Andrew just kept looking at me like a child, like, I want Bunch of Crunch. And I just looked at him. I was like, I just gave him the stare, like, shut the fuck up. And 2 seconds
He's
later,
laying down the
I
game.
want bunch of Crunch right now. I'm like, Andrew, shut up.
Taylor's laying down the game on the girl behind the counter, and sparks are flying. Things are happening, and I'm just messing with him. I'm like, you see that right there? I'm pointing at the counter. I'm like, Bunch of Crunch. I want that. I want the Bunch of Crunch. he's like, please shut up, Andrew. And he just like keeps talking.
Worst wingman ever. And so
I know that
forever since then. So this was like 2012. I mean, until I met Jade in like 2016. Every time I was around a girl of like some kind of flirting state, he was like, "Oh, it's a Bunch of Crunch, right?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up right now."
inside joke. I would only say it once at that point. I'm like, I can't ruin this guy's prospects forever.
It's your damn fault.
I know.
Oh, whatever. It's good times. Who would have thought we'd be talking about relationships for 25 minutes?
I know, what the hell?
Not me.
We are who we are.
Not me.
That's my dude. Meme of the century is that freaking Paul Rudd interview with Hot Ones.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Not me.
Yep, I feel you there. We got to do some promo, like Love Doctors type, or like heart promo for this episode, probably. Should save it for
Anyways,
Valentine's Day.
Andor was beautiful. I was on the verge
Y'all
of
go
tears.
ahead.
I'm gonna take 5
It
minutes.
was so
5 minutes.
beautiful.
We're at 45. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Give him the warning.
Holy crap, dude! There's spoilers ahead that I'm not gonna
Spoiler warning.
say anything. I'm not. No. People need to experience.
You haven't seen it, so we can't
The
spoil it.
show Andor is an experience. It is the best thing.
I know I'm gonna
that
love it the second I watch it.
Star Wars is done. Star Wars is done.
Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars.
Go buy yourself a Star War.
Honestly, like, I think we made the comment last week, but Andy Serkis steals the show. Steals the
yeah.
entire
God.
show.
His character. So
Underrated
good.
nerd god.
Yeah, dude. It's just was today the last episode of the season? Or
No, we have two
oh,
more.
thank God, because
Yeah. That would have been a terrible way to leave it off.
That would have been
man.
amazing. An amazing way to leave it off was to be like just this massive. That's how you do a cliffhanger. Because when I watched it, oh man, I was like, oh, this is the end, and I have to wait how long to see anything else?
Can I just mention real quick how immediately heartbroken I was? You know exactly what
I know.
I'm gonna...
Oh, dude, I
what
was
I'm-
like sitting there,
Yes.
doing the.
I was like, no!
And Emily's like, "You good?"
No!
I'm like, "Shut up! Don't even talk." I'm watching. Yeah.
Don't talk during the Star War.
Yeah. You haven't seen Andor. You're sleeping. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. And now that I know it's not the end,
I have nothing to add to that. Today's episode was beautiful. It's a work of art. Oh my god. Other than the fact that the cinematography in the show is chef's
dude,
kiss. Oh
just
my
the
gosh.
visuals.
Cinematography.
What was it? Episode 4 or 5? That's
with
that's
the
been,
asteroid
yeah, that's
thing.
been about 4 or 5 weeks, so we can say something. But like them flying up into the asteroids, and there was like the whole like moment. It was a moment.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. Anyways, can't say anything because it's just like you can't quantify this show into words. It's just beautiful and good, and it's like intriguing.
If you're expecting big battles and lots of action, you might not like it so much. But if you really appreciate good character work and suspense, dude, I've never felt suspense in Star Wars like in this show.
That's where I disagree, because like the suspense helps build. There's not action.
Oh, it does.
But because it plays so well, and it is the pacing of this show is perfect. And when
Dude, my heart was beating out of my chest most of this episode, today's
Yeah.
episode. The whole time I'm sitting here so worried. I'm like, what is going to happen?
when the action
what is happening?
happens, it pays off.
Yeah.
It's not all
Yeah.
action. There's these moments of action, and it's so
Mhm.
much better.
For anyone who wants to know what specifically we're referencing, episode 10 of Andor. That's what we're talking about.
I don't know,
so we
dude.
can't really
I don't
say anything
know
else,
if
so.
there's 2 more episodes. I don't know where the hell they're gonna go with this. Like, I'm very satisfied. Like I said, if they would have ended it right there, I would have been like, hell yeah, dude, season 2, let's go.
I would have to think that it's gonna end with maybe him linking back up with the Skarsgård guy, or them tracking him down, or being like, hey, I don't have any of my money, I need something new now. Like,
I mean, if
You know
they
what I mean?
like, I'm not gonna lie. If he doesn't just go back to that planet and grab it, it's above the shower. Like, who's gonna search there? His money's there.
Yeah, true.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, that's enough nerd talk for today.
We can move on.
And I'm back. How we doing, guys?
What
I honestly
what do the
was
people
zoning
wanna
out.
hear? What do the people want to hear?
Andrew, I think
More
they wanna-
single talk.
No.
Bring, bring.
Welcome back. Andrew, I think they want to hear
Pick up the
that
damn
we
phone.
have some big news.
I'm ringing a phone. God dang it!
Oh my god! What?
I heard that there's some big news, Mister. I want to hear about the big news.
I love that y'all are pretending to be on the phone right now in a non-visual podcast.
Oh yeah, hand signals and all.
You got the hands up
Just
to
so
the
I can
face,
keep track.
yeah.
That's all.
We do have big news. Let me pass the phone
We
over
do?
to Andrew. Here you go, buddy.
Hi.
Let's not lie to the people this time.
Yeah. So it looks like we have figured out a solution to our merch store debacle.
About
from
time,
before.
old man.
Yeah, I know. I work at a snail's pace. But
Nothing new.
after researching a lot of different solutions, it looks like we have finally found one. If you want to check out our merch store, we have some of the designs that we up for sale that we had before. Not all of them. We're going to be gradually adding some more, and I'm actually working on 2 other ones now that are secret things. I mean, Taylor and Ben will see it, but you'll see it as it comes out. If you want to check it out,
nerds. I see it first.
If you want to check out, oh my god, I can't even focus. If you want to check out the designs and maybe pick something up to help support the future of the show, you can go to the link in our bio. There's a link in our link tree that goes straight to the merch store. I'll also say the URL right now: bonfire.com/store/bored till death podcast.
Hell yeah. What
Did you
is
say
the hot dog t-shirt on there?
bonfire.com/bored till death podcast?
I said bonfire.com/store/bored till death podcast.
See, you lost me at the 3-step.
Go to our link tree. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just easier.
Oh, yeah,
Just go to the link tree.
that thing. Nah, I typed it in, dude. We're good. And hey, guess what, guys? The glizzy is on there.
Oh, no. I was gonna ask if the glizzy shirt was up.
I hate how you whispered that.
Daddy wants a glizzy.
Daddy, I request a glizzy.
Daddy, I require a glizzy.
Oh, I hate you.
And you know what? But it's accurate because there's only mustard on there. Who wants ketchup
Exactly.
on a goddamn hot dog?
It is.
Nobody.
Fuck
Part
you,
of that-
ketchup.
Yeah. Part of that is because of our preferences. Part of it is because I am lazy and don't want to try a bunch of other toppings.
Andrew, if you put ketchup on that hot dog design, I would gladly tell you to get the fuck out of here.
There you have it. See, blame Taylor,
So, I'll take that blame.
and
all
also
day.
my laziness. I'll
Take that blame all day.
There's also a shirt on there that I
Oh
did
my
not
god!
design. I just
yes!
was like, yeah. I put a shirt on there that is not a design. I was just like, I wonder if I should do this, and I just typed out one word in all caps. You'll have to go to the store to see what it is.
Yep.
That's it.
Don't say the word,
I
people.
want to buy
They
this
need it.
immediately. Why is there no logo on it though? That's the only problem.
Because I just wanted it to literally be that. I just wanted it to. It's a conversation starter. You wear that out in public, people are like, "What? Why? What is that?"
You know what?
You know.
Exactly.
Purchase immediately.
Exactly.
Ben's gonna buy it.
Not to mention, if we do another logo on that, it'd be like a $50 hoodie,
Oh, well,
$60 hoodie.
that's true.
Oh yes, that's awesome. It's been what, a freaking month of us trying to figure this out. I'm
Yeah.
so pissed off. It just bombed right away because we
I
had
know.
so many cool designs up and ready to go and stuff. And oh well, we appreciate anyone who'd buy
And
anything
oh
up there.
well.
Oh well, we're there now. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Andrew, can the Patreon, is that on the link tree also?
It is on the page. Yeah, it is on the link tree. And it's the same handle at the end of it. It's just patreon.com/board till death podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to go and check that out, it's also in the link tree. You don't have to just type it in. Like, I just figured I'd say it. But if you want to go check that out, it'd be great to get some patrons, because then we can start putting out some extra content and you could be a part of the show,
Exactly.
so to speak. So
if any help that we can get from anyone, that'd be greatly appreciated. There's a lot of expenses that go into this that we don't ever talk about, but we're happy to do. We enjoy the hell out of this. So appreciate anyone.
And I've been thinking of some extra ideas that I want to talk over with the guys. So next episode, I will have more details to share about the Patreon and why you should join it.
Okay. I'm thinking $20. I'll freestyle an acoustic song talking shit about someone for them. How's that sound?
Yeah.
You can send it to anyone you want. I'll do it for you.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, I can't play any sounds on my music board because Riverside's a piece of shit. So, Andrew, are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready this time? You usually get mad at me when I just yell at you. Are you sure?
I'm ready.
So, Andrew's Jam of the Week. Who we got this week, buddy?
Anyway, sorry. Delayed reaction. I was buying that stuff.
What is this?
Oh, hey, I just got a notification. Ben just bought a shirt.
Thanks for supporting the podcast, Ben.
Hey guys.
Hey, thanks, Ben.
Hey, thank you.
Speaking of buying merch, I can tell you whose merch I'm going to be buying here before too long. It's none other than the merch from our Jam of the Week for the week.
Taylor Swift?
How did you guess?
I don't know.
No, it's a 7-song EP called Volume 2 Despair by a deathcore band out of North Cal called Salt Wound.
Salt Wound. I like that.
Not to be confused with Salt the Wound, the deathcore band from back when we were playing music.
I was about to say it sounded familiar.
Yeah, this is a different band and a better band in my opinion.
Okay.
Ben, you have my full permission to look these guys up and listen to
I've
them
already
now
I've already
if you
pulled
want.
it up. Like, I was going to make a joke about aggressively typing.
Listen to War Dogs.
Love that movie.
Honestly, listen to literally anything on the EP. It's just
it's 5
good.
songs.
No, I'm listening now as you describe them, so my reactions are just genuine. Continue.
So Salt Wound, they're a deathcore band from North California.
I want to hit someone, dude. Let's go.
I believe they're from the Sacramento area, to be specific. They are for fans of. They're for,
sorry, I've got
for fans of.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, if you like bands like Spite, Body Snatcher, Alpha Wolf, heavy bands like that, you're gonna love these guys. They're an unforgivingly heavy band.
Yeah, pretty good.
They're very good.
Oh my god! I just played a song and it scared me.
Without knowing anything about this going further, this is the kind of band I would just say, bye, babe. I hope you enjoy life insurance and just dive in.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The riff in the intro to Negative. Oh my god.
Oof. Yes, dude. Yeah. So just to describe their sound a little bit, the guitarist uses a lot of pick scraping as parts of his riffs that he writes, which I'm a huge sucker for.
Oh, yeah.
I love when people just are scratching on the strings and making crazy noises. I love that.
I remember. Side talk. When we were recording our EP, I remember you and Shane trying to learn that from the guy producing us.
Yeah,
and y'all were there for like
studio
3 hours, just like ring, ring, ring. I'm like, I have to leave.
It's just that noise over and over. Yeah.
I'm out.
No, but the EP is full of angry chugging patterns and riffage and aggressive drums used in tandem with a visceral vocal style that comes together to make an EP that sounds like the soundtrack to a cataclysmic event. It's heavy.
Okay.
It is the ideal deathcore sound, especially for modern deathcore, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I saw the vocalist put out a video on social media recently talking about the writing inspiration behind their song "A Slower Death," and it is about how modern bands and artists are being forced into becoming content creators in order to stay relevant in today's age where people's attention spans are practically nothing.
15
And
seconds.
yeah,
You gotta surprise someone in 15 seconds.
Yep.
yeah, and just the struggle of that mentally and
Yep.
how the heavy toll that it has for artists and stuff like that.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
dude,
hear.
I was trying to turn it up to hear it, and I was like, "Oh!" And then everyone just
Wha-
started looking at me. Edit it out. Edit it out. It's fine. I'm just grooving on this stuff, man, dude. It's so good. Oh,
I don't know. There's not a lot that I have to say about them other than they have been my obsession recently. I actually discovered these guys, I want to say maybe 3 weeks ago now, and I've listened to the EP like 10 times.
You didn't say shit.
No, because I was waiting. See,
Wow.
this is the struggle. This is the struggle of doing this.
Wow.
When we when we first started this podcast, I thought I was going to run out of stuff to suggest because I'm like, oh, I got to pick a band or an artist or whatever week to week. How soon am I going to run out of stuff? There's too much that I listen to every week now that I have to pick and choose who I'm going to talk about any given week, and things are just stacking up. I've wanted to talk about these guys for the last 2 weeks, so I'm finally getting to it. But another thing I gotta say, I'm a sucker for a band. It sounds funny. The graphic design nerd in me is like, you know, it's tickling all the spots because I'm a sucker for a band that has all their branding on point.
Yeah.
Their music is great. Their logo is great. Their merch is amazing.
Yeah.
All of it is reflective of their sound, their vibe, everything about it. It's just an all around great listening experience as a metal fan.
Well,
I would say.
you said it though. They almost today, especially with rock, metal, hardcore, you got to stand out. And if you're
Mhm.
not on point with anything, like if you're subpar to any other band in any of those aspects, material, live presence, art, your logo and stuff, stuff you post, I mean, you're just gonna fall behind. It's sad.
It's true.
And
It's crazy because there's a lot of talent that I wouldn't say goes to waste because the music is worth itself,
yeah,
like, without the recognition. But there's a lot of talent that goes, I'd say, unrecognized and unheard because bands are forced to be their own PR team and everything like that these days, and basically have to shove their craft down people's throat in order to stay relevant. And it's kind of sad, but
yeah.
it's just kind of how it is now. So
Definitely started to mold that way when we were leaving the band scene pretty much. And
mhm.
I just don't,
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing it now pretty much. We're doing the same type of marketing almost in the same aspect
Yeah, with the
with the
podcasts.
podcasts. And that's hard enough. We're not writing music like 5-piece bands playing live
Yeah.
shows 3-4 times a week. It's just
Trying to shell out money to go on tours and get recognized to be on bigger packages. And
shout out, shout out to all those guys out there. Just keep grinding. I know we talked
yeah.
about the little man in the bands, with the bands and the small. Where am I trying to get at, guys? I'm sorry. I feel like shit right now.
I know I was sick last week and now you're sick.
My head started spinning about 5 minutes. When I got scared earlier with that song, it just set my brain off.
See, Salt Wound just like completely dropped Taylor on his ass.
They
Mentally.
really did. One thing before we get on out of here today, I know the show's coming out after the weekend, but any of y'all seeing Black Panther this weekend? Black Panther 2? Wakanda Forever?
I'm gonna try and see it
That
Friday.
does come out this weekend. No, dude, I'm not gonna be able to see it till Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it in the next recording. I was telling Jade today, like, I forgot it was coming out this weekend. It's just we discussed our Marvel plenty on here how we feel, and we'll just see how it goes. I guess we'll see how it goes. But
I'd like to follow something up.
oh,
A couple weeks ago, we had a discussion about Blink 182 and their comeback. And as a big Blink 182 fan, I was waiting eagerly and nervously to hear the release of their new song.
yeah, and
And I heard it and I never reported back. So I'm here to report that it's not good.
it's like
It's not good.
Well,
I'm sad, but the song they released, I was just like, this ain't it, man. I'm not for this.
yeah. In fairness, usually the radio songs suck for most bands, especially when they're older.
I'm holding out hope. Yeah,
Yep,
I'm holding
yep.
out hope that the album will be better.
I pray for you, my friend. In Tom we trust. But
In Tom we trust, yeah. Oh, dude, while I was researching stuff for Salt Wound, I came across this Reddit post that was so out of pocket that I just had to share it.
let's hear it.
So I mentioned the band Spite earlier
Yep.
because they're kind of in the same vein sound wise. This Reddit post from somebody: is it normal for deathcore bands to throw cold hot dogs into the crowd?
I wouldn't be mad.
Normal? No. Appreciated? Yes.
That's the title. And then he's like, last week when I saw Spite, the vocalist started pulling hot dogs out of his pockets. First he ate one, and then he started throwing them into the crowd. One guy picked one up and slapped someone with it.
Oh, I thought you were telling me he ate it.
No. What is going on? Is this normal at deathcore shows? He said, what is going on?
What were the replies to that? People were fucking with it.
Yeah, someone replied immediately, messing around with him. He's like, yeah, it's super normal. You actually have to do this at some venues or they will increase the merch cut from 20% to 50%. And the guy's like, oh, cool insight. Thank you. So does the venue provide the sausages or do the bands bring them? And if you got to bring your own, is it customary to use a jar or a bag? And I'll just do one more comment because it was a black hole of just sarcasm. But their guy replied, he's like, well, it depends on the capacity of the room. If it's a 500 cap and you have the rider budget, you can request 20 hot dogs from the venue. Since I'm Italian, I prefer bringing my own spicy Italian sausages, but that can cause its own security issues. Larger cap venues recommend you bring your own, anywhere from 50 to 250 on top of what they provide. The industry runs on cold hot dogs, and I'm glad it's finally being talked about.
That's so fucking dumb. I hate Reddit.
So I guess that's a thing. Oh, Reddit is a cesspool, man.
No, it is. It's lovely. Y'all be cool if we get the hell on out of here. I'm about to die. I'm not even going to ask you what you learned this week. It's the usual same old, same old. Y'all got any last words?
I learned apparently I'm giving off DILF Energy lately, and I have no idea what that means for
big,
me. But
big DILF Energy coming from Andrew over there.
Big DILF Energy.
Zaddy.
Oh, God.
That's my last words.
Y'all hear the music. Let's get the hell out. Say toodles, everyone.
Listen to Salt Wound.
Toodles.
I'm not even going to have to put the song in.
I was about to say, don't put the song in.
Just do that.